Hi there, RCJ to Daniel here. Welcome to my channel. I want to show you in this part 4 of this project Joysway Magic V, rebuilding the right side rudder to center, how far I come this time. And as you can see, I have made the boat ready for painting, and I have changed my mind also when it comes to the painting. Instead of just painting the rear black, I'm also gonna paint the bottom part black to match a little better, and I think it's gonna look pretty good. I'm gonna use the black plastic paint for this and cover it afterwards with a clear coat. So I think it's gonna look pretty nice afterwards and looks a little different. I have seen some other people paint the whole boat in another color, and I like it. So I'm gonna do, and black and white on this boat is also gonna match a little better with the Big Brother Atlantio on my shelf. So why not? And I also can show you that, as I said, that I have covered these two holes. This is covered with and plugged with epoxy glue, and also this old mounting hole for the tube, the right side tube, also plugged with epoxy glue. And I smoothed everything out as best I can with a 1200 wet sandpaper. And here is already the new tube sticking out, and that is just to mount back that rubber seal around the steering linkage. So this is sticking out, so it's gonna be mounted that, and we're gonna see afterwards. And but that's for the whole part, and I can also show you when it comes to the part. I have made, it actually was made last summer, but I haven't showed it yet, so I can show you now instead. This is my own homemade water cooling for the boat. If you compare this, this is the original. You can see my version is a whole lot bigger. So it contains more water, of course, and makes better cooling for the motor. Also notice a thing here. I don't know why I have not noticed this before. I have had this boat for a few years, but I actually saw that the most part of this bottom part of the plastic is not. It's not holding the motor in place so good. Actually, it's just in the back part, if I say so. It's just a little plastic edge there. That is the one who actually hold the motor when it sits in place in the boat above the motor. So I filled it up the whole surface with a bicycle hose piece to make it even, and also that the original, even if it is enough with water cooling for the original anyway, but the original water cooling piece is actually a little too small. That's why it moves back and forth in this holder, and is actually also, and they have made it a flat surface, but it's pointless with the flat surface. They could have made it round instead to make it a bit of a tighter fit. But that's when my own version comes in handy in that case, because it is bigger and is oval shaped, and it sits more tight and better together with this. And this rounded piece is actually a little too small for mine instead, but it holds it in place very good. And it is enough. And if I can try to hold these two together, it's hard when using just one hand. I film with my phone, and I have no other camera to film my videos with. But in the future, maybe, I hope, a real camera. I hope it is, even if I cannot hold this in the right lines perfect, but wait a minute. Oh, there. This is the best I think I can do. But this is much more in line with each other in the bottom part, just above the motor when it sits together. And as you can see, that bended part in the plastic is too small to fit around, but it does its job. So it does its job, and it works very good. And I'm confident that I know that my motor gets more water cooling. So because I don't use the original motor, and I have not done that for at least a year or two. So, but that's for that. And I also can show you the new tubes I'm gonna use. Get rid of that. Gone with the wind. Okay. Here's the new aluminum tubes I'm going to use instead, and this is the old brass tube I used before, and the new ones is about 2 millimeter shorter, something like that, and that's perfect for me, because I realized that I wanted to use shims for between the tube and the rear of the boat, and also inside of the boat I want to use shims before I put the nut and screw everything together. So I'm using the black shims on the outside between the tube and the rear of the boat, and I'm also gonna use these blank ones, shiny ones inside before the nut, also just to make it a better seal or anything like that. And I'm also gonna protect the screw a little better with grease inside with the tubes, and also in the end I'm gonna use a little bit of silicone, clear silicone, just to make sure it doesn't rust or if it comes inside with the water. And I also my idea is I hope I'm never gonna have to take this flex axle tube out again. So I'm also gonna seal this better with rubber fix when I put it in the boat inside the hole. So we're gonna seal better, and also put a little extra rubber fix there. And this is the piano thread. This is the same one I used before, but I have made that change I had to do. This, can I twist it around? I have to take a little peek there. This has that extra bend upwards, as I told you before, because so it can work with the rudder again, because the rudder has been lifted up a few millimeters compared to before. And this is the new rudder I'm going to use, the spare one. I prepared it with bigger mounting holes and things for the screws compared to the original. I almost have forgot to told that also. In the original, you have the piano thread threaded right in the hole here, but this is actually an original extra option part you can buy for this boat, and that is to have a real mounting hole instead with a stop screw, and I really like that. So I can adjust the rudder better when if it pulls to the left or right. It's very easy to adjust it here instead of using the trim. Those electronic servo trim buttons. But getting in closer, but there you can see that I have mounted an extra aluminum tube between there in the upper part, just to hold the whole rudder in the upper position. So, and you can see now with that other plastic plastic holder for the rudder, and that is much more thinner than the before. So, but this is ready to go and ready to be mounted when the boat hull is painted and finished. So that's the only thing left to do, actually, is to paint the hull as I wanted and make that ready, and then mount everything together again. But that's gonna be for the next video. So, but now we have seen this so far, but how far I come, and thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and support it, and give it a thumbs up if you like it, and we see you in the next video then. Goodbye. Thank you.